In this slide, we are going to see climate change before humans. We will be seeing various tools which are available for assessment and the time frame for those assessments. Now, in the previous slide, which we have seen, it refers to measurements described using thermometers and other data points. So, these roughly go back to 150 to 200 years back in time. Now, if we have to go beyond that period, so we have to look for different observational systems which has long lived and which belong to different systems like geological, chemical or biological systems, which can tell about the climate which they have experienced earlier. So basically these observational systems are proxies which cover different time frames for climate in different regions. So the first one we can see is tree rings. So basically tree rings gives us information about a millennium. So the logic behind tree rings being used to assess climate in a particular region, climate change in a particular region, is that uh, when trees grow, so they grow differently in different temperatures or different wet or dry cycles. So trees have got their trunks. So in the center of those trunks, they have got different rings. So these rings grow rapidly in the spring, and during this time they produce light colored wood. And when during autumn this ring slows down, at that time the color gets dark. So when trees grow more, they produce wider rings in relatively warm and wet years. So by seeing each ring, we can estimate the temperature and precipitation around that tree in that particular time of the year. So basically scientists measure the size of the rings and then assess the status of local climate around that tree. The other source of information are corals. So by using the skeletons of these sea creatures, which are called corals, scientists can get information about climate conditions in the ocean over millions of years. Then the next source of information is speleotherms. So some examples of speleotherms are stalactite and stalagmites. So these are basically cave structures which yield information about the climate in the region around the cave for past few 100,000 years. So this number of years you should always try to remember that which source of information gives information dating back to how many years. So then the next source of information are ice cores. Again, ice cores give information by analyzing the chemical composition of the ice. So mainly these ice which has been lying uh, below the surface in Greenland and Antarctica for millions of years. So by seeing the chemical composition of those ice, scientists can uh, estimate the climate change which that region has experienced. Then the last source of information is ocean sedimentary cores. So this gives information for tens of millions of years. Scientists generally analyze composition of mud which is at the bottom of ocean and get information for tens of millions of years. So as per this slide, there can be questions which can be asked related to different time frames to which different sources of information relate to. Tree rings are very important. In this, please remember the concepts related uh, to hot and cold weather, and during that how rings expand during hot weather and rings uh, grow dark colored uh, wood during wet weather. Then the other questions can be related to the time frame to which these are referring. So the latest information is given by tree rings and the farthest information is given by ocean sedimentary cores, and also afterwards ice cores and corals. After tree rings, the latest information is given by speleotherms, that is cave structures. So the range of time frame to which this refer is also very important.